Wall today. Then they sell, then they install, and then they could give you after sales service. Great Wall Solar, therefore number 19, Elizabeth 1505 or 0803 136 3483 or 0803 766 1535. Or you fit go visit www.greatwallsolar.com.
Tune in to The Spotlight, where we shed a light. Spotlight, your current affairs program that gives you a chance to be heard on matters that concern our polity. Now every weekday from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. only on Super 92.7 FM.
92.7 Super FM.
Ladies and gentlemen,
a new day is dawning. New ideas, new rules.
To infinity
and beyond.
Well, this just got a little weird.
Who is this?
We are Super FM.
The front burner. From politics to governance, education, security, and health. Spotlight, your current affairs program that gives you a chance to be heard on matters that concern our polity. Now every...
8:31 minutes past the hour of 8 right here on Super FM 92.7 Lagos. Welcome to Spotlight on Super FM 92.7, the 24th day of September 2025. Lagos, let's talk. Yes, Spotlight. This is where we dissect trending stories relating from politics, education, business, governance, security, and other trending matters in our dear country, in Nigeria. Good morning and welcome to the program. Today on Spotlight, we'll look at Senate and Natasha. Let's put it Senate versus Natasha. Well, you know that Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan was suspended for 6 months after submitting a petition alleging sexual harassment by Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Well, while some senators has argued for a shorter penalty, some majority upheld the 6-month suspension. Well, Senate also defended the move as punishment for unruly behavior, not allegations. Natasha called it injustice and injustice and also vowed to keep pursuing justice. And about 6 months ago, the suspension had sparked nationwide debate and protests in Abuja, with her being barred from the National Assembly and her office were locked. Well, just yesterday, but before then, NLC, a lot of people, CSO and NGOs had raised concerns, vehement condemnation of the Senate-led Godswill Akpabio decision to continue barring Senator Natasha from performing her sacred constitutional duties. And yesterday, the Senate had come to say, well, you unsealed our office. That's the National Assembly unsealed the office of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, located in suite 2 of the Senate wing. Well, this was done by the Deputy Director of the Sergeant-at-Arms, Alabi Adedeji, effectively restoring access to the National Assembly complex, paving the way for our anticipated resumption of legislative duties. Well, joining us to discuss this right here is Honorable Cletus Obum, who is a former lawmaker and member APC of 2023 presidential campaign. Good morning, Honorable. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me this morning.
All right, so also joining us right here in the studio is a legal practitioner and a public affairs analyst, a university lecturer. We have Barrister Deji Olaleya. Barrister, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Nice to be on your show again.
All right, but before we go further, let's listen to one person who has made the video of the opening or the unsealing of Senator Natasha's office.
To unseal Senator Natasha Akpoti's office, I, Alabi Adedeji, Deputy Director, Sergeant-at-Arms, hereby unseal the office. The office is hereby unsealed.
Let me come to Honorable Cletus. With this happening, let's begin now. Who is a better actor here in this saga? Is it Senate or even Natasha?
Well, it is part of the tragedy of our current democracy that a procedure in Parliament has become a dramatic scene in our political landscape. And I imagine that this shouldn't have come out in the first place. That you are talking about winners and losers for a disciplinary action that came out of an institution of government. I mean, last time we saw the president of Nigeria dropping some ministers, and then it becomes another set of drama of recall and don't recall. And in this case now, an action is taken by Senate, and then, I mean, it is being dramatized beyond proportion. I think it is complete distraction for a country that is in such a very serious need of serious reforms, especially in the highest level of our parliament.
All right, let me come
so
to you.
For me, it is a huge distraction, and this shouldn't have attracted the comment. It shouldn't have attracted the comment in the first place. So there are no winners or losers. We want to see Nigeria proceed and progress along the lines of international standards of parliaments of this nature. So as far as I'm concerned, the continuous discussion on this matter about her, she has served out her tenure. 6 months have come and gone. She's returning. For me, there should be there should be a discussion about how can she improve the condition of her people, and how can she introduce new things into our parliament that is just fledgling. Because this is the first time we are coming to 25 years uninterrupted democracy, and parliament being the fulcrum upon which all democracy devolve should not be taken into a farcical display.
All right, even before
there are no winners or losers. On the contrary, it always helps to improve our democracy.
I get you right there, but even before we talked about how she can move our constituency and all project forward and all, she had made mention that even while she was on the suspension, she was doing her duty as a senator and all. But we'll come to that conversation. And let me come to Barrister. Barrister, this saga, Natasha, Senate, who is a better actor? Who has been a better actor?
Look, let me just say this. It's a perfidy that we should never, ever again allow in our transition of democracy. It's really unfortunate. It's a Nollywood drama that ought not to be displayed. It's not in the interest of the public. It's not in the interest of the government. It's not in the interest of the nation. It's unfortunate that those who are in government, they have turned the entire country into a movie, a continuous movie, a movie of perfidy and chaos. Look, this thing that is happening, there is a serious injury. The injury is not done to Natasha as a person. The injury is done to the Kogi people that she represents in that Senate. A lot of things have gone in that Senate that she ought to have represented the interest of her constituency, and she was denied. If you go into the rules of the House till today, they have not amended the duration of the suspension of a member of that House. It's just 14 days. Maximum a month. And we have a situation where you are suspending somebody for 6 good months. Not just that, you are denying her of her salary, you are denying her of her right to even work in her office. Look, when you suspend a senator,
and even some workers,
and even the workers, when you suspend a senator or any member of the House, that person is just for the sitting of the House. You don't have a right to suspend a senator and prevent that senator from gaining access into her office or in some of the facility that she's entitled to as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. For some people to sit down, some men to sit down in that house and lock up the office belonging to another senator, I think it's the worst thing that can ever happen to our democracy. And this kind of attitude should be stopped.
Well, we have a lawmaker, former lawmaker. Yeah, I don't know, but Honorable Cletus, I know probably you might don't want to lean in the side of your colleagues, I would say, or your former colleagues, like I would say. But then let's speak the truth to power. Let's say the way it is. I don't know if you want to agree with that. That democracy, in a way, in this saga, has been truncated.
I don't know It is the fusions of emotion do not solve any problem as far as law is concerned. And luckily for us, my colleague in the studio there is a lawyer. The law does not look at the effect of what a punishment that is prescribed by law. You are talking about it. I don't know which section of the rules is cutting off about 1 month and about 14 days. That is what Justice Nyako said when she made that ruling and made that statement. That yes, it is excessive, but looking at their rules, it had no specification, because even in her defense, look at ground 23 of her appeal. She did not even say that she was excessively punished. It is not there. She has her right. She's already in court. She didn't cite that rule to say, look at our rule says I should go for 1 month. I should go for 2 weeks or maximum 1 month. It is not in the rules. So when people go out of their way to make those kind of statements, where we are now, like I said before, is that this theater is completely absurd, completely unnecessary, because the person dramatizing all this is Natasha. You come to a house, there are rules. If you are not ready to follow them, resign. You are punishing your people. It is not the parliament punishing you. It's like saying that the court have made a pronouncement that this person should go and have a fine and a term of imprisonment of 6 months or both. And the court says, from your attitude even here in this court, by your demeanor, by your conduct in this court during the trial, you will serve both. You are going to pay a fine and also go for 6 months. And somebody sits in his house and says the court was too harsh. Go and appeal, if on the appeal, because the court of appeal will not see what the judge in the trial court sees. That is why most of the time, because this is not the conduct of a person who is representing over 2 million people. It is wrong. So as far as I'm concerned, I talking to you, I served the punishment of 8 months, me talking to you, without salary still today. I've not been paid that money since 1999. Is that right? I was suspended on March 4.
But Barrister is asking, is that right? Is that the right thing to be done?
Is that legal? Is that justifiable?
Let me say this to you. Parliaments are not run on emotions nor law.
It's not about emotion, my brother. It's about law. It's about what is proper.
Let me ask you: if your child commits murder, and that is the only child you have, and it is proven in court that that child has, can you say that because the father has only one child, will the law now exculpate that child because that's the only son of the child?
Murder is a felony. Murder is a felony. There is nothing anybody will do on the floor of that house that will warrant that kind of punishment or suspension.
Nothing anybody will do?
Nothing. Because as long as you are let me mention this. He said my good friend said something earlier on, which I want to address.
Let the appeal court take that decision.
Please, let me make this point. Let me make this point, please.
And avoid damages to her.
Let me make this
point.
Let the
court. You are a lawyer. Let the appeal
court. You have been blaming Natasha as if she's responsible for what happened. And I want to say this very clearly, that you see, it's really unfortunate what happened in the house. Sometimes when you provoke a member deliberately and you want to show a member that I can punish you, it becomes an abuse of office. It becomes an abuse of position and power. And that's what Godswill Akpabio did. Now, you want to change. Godswill Akpabio had a line of relationship before then with Natasha. Why did he not inform her personally that, look, I want to change your seat? Why did they take her by surprise? Which is what led to all of this. She was trying to make a point. You did not allow that point to be made. You ordered her to be moved out of the house. Is that how to run a house?
All right, Honorable.
You are discussing emotions. You are discussing.
But certain things are not right in a democracy like Nigeria's democracy.
Barrister, let's hear from Honorable. Yes. Honorable, you are making a point.
Yes.
Please go ahead, Honorable.
Hello.
We can hear you. Please go ahead. You're making
a point. Saying that I'm not going to descend into the arena of emotion.
Okay.
Because all you are talking about, we all watched it. It was live on TV. That matter was live on TV. You can watch that tape over and over. In fact, even in the vote to suspend her, Senator Akpabio, presiding that day,
which was voice
even
vote.
Gave her a way out and insisted, even when all the senators, all, including the women, including the opposition, did not vote no on account of when the question was put, and he even went out of his way to say, if you say sorry, you will, even standing there, be allowed to remain. She has come back to say, I won't say I am sorry. That is on her right. It is her right to do that. But what we are saying here is this: as a senator carrying the weight of that number of people and having been brought to elevated to this level, you are not the best woman in Kogi Central. You are not the most brilliant. You are not the only woman lawyer. Even if it's a beauty contest, you won't win it in a Kogi Central. So where we are here is that people trusted you with their mandate. And you can say, on account of my people, I'll carry this weight.